said they'd stand tall, protect the nation, but the border guards failed in their damnation. Hired false security, but what do we see? A broken system, the result of their incompetency. I put my trust in them, gave them the power to keep America safe every minute, every hour. But they let me down, left our borders exposed. A mean rap, and it's not my fault, God only knows. I hired the guards, but they failed in their duty. Cause harm to America left us feeling so empty. But don't blame me, it's not my damn call. I did my part, the rest was out of my control. The rest was out of my control.
Sentenced to 1 year of probation. Opening parenthesis XyzRV, March 11, 2024. On February 22, Venezuelan national Jose Ibarra allegedly attacked and beat 22-year-old University of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley to death so viciously as to disfigure her skull. The victim had been out for a jog near the Athens, Georgia campus. As Fair has previously written on this tragic murder, Ibarra was first encountered by the U.S. Border Patrol in September 2022 and was released on immigration parole, as have hundreds of thousands of other illegal aliens under the Biden administration's unprecedented abuse of parole. He intended to apply for asylum and then went to New York City, where, in September 2023, he was charged with child endangerment and a motor vehicle license violation. ICE has claimed that Ibarra was released without its knowledge and before the agency had the opportunity to issue a detainer. Although this looks like an attempt to save face given Mayorkas anti-enforcement policy edicts, which would have made the issuance of a detainer unlikely in the first place. And even if a detainer had been issued, given New York City's sanctuary policies, it likely would have been ignored. Opening parenthesis Ferris.org blog, March 8, 2024. On February 22, police arrested Venezuelan national Renzo Mendoza Montes for allegedly sexually abusing a 14-year-old girl in Campbell County, Virginia, in January 2024. The 32-year-old illegal alien first attempted to enter the U.S. in May 2023, but due to Title 42 expulsions which were in their final month, he was pushed back into Mexico. In September 2023, he showed up at the El Paso, Texas, border crossing and was paroled into the country by us after receiving a court date scheduled 18 months after entry. Breitbart News, February 27, 2024. The Washington Times, February 28, 2024. On February 25, Honduran national Angel Machas Castellanos Orellana was arrested in Kenner, Louisiana, for allegedly raping a 14-year-old girl at knife point in a park. In a separate incident, he allegedly stabbed a man in the face and back several times in an attempted robbery. When the police arrived, Castellanos Orellana was standing in the middle of the street, covered in blood. At the time he committed these heinous crimes, Castellanos Orellana had been living illegally in the U.S., having entered the U.S. in Eagle Pass, Texas on October 6, 2023, according to ICE. He also used an alias Alvin Lockett in addition to his real name. Kenner Police Chief Keith Conley emphasized that criminal aliens such as Castellanos Orellana are a particular burden for local law enforcement. We cannot verify if an illegal alien is giving correct information as it pertains to names and date of births. It is not only a drain on police manpower, but a financial drain on local law enforcement's budgets and taxpayers' money. Nolan News, February 27, 2024. ABC 15 News, February 28, 2024, January. On January 9, ICE arrested Haitian national Pierre-Luc Emile for allegedly raping a developmentally disabled person in Boston, Massachusetts. The illegal alien originally entered the U.S. in Brownsville, Texas, in December 2022, and was simply released into the country with a notice to appear NTA after being deemed inadmissible. He had previously been arrested for the rape in late September, but local authorities ignored an ICE detainer and instead released him in November. with an electronic monitoring tag, forcing ICE to have to track him down. Fox News, January 18, 2024. Boston Herald, January 19, 2024. On January 13, Venezuelan national Brian Alejandro Gonzalez Paez was driving unlicensed and uninsured while speeding, traveling between 70 and 80 miles per hour in a zone with a speed limit of 35 miles per hour in rainy conditions in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. He lost control of the vehicle and struck a tree. As a result, his two passengers, Angelica Guadalupe Amaya Briceño and her 3-year-old daughter, lost their lives. According to an ex-post by Steve Keeley of Fox 29 Philadelphia, the illegal alien was apprehended by SHE agents Homeland Security investigations after he entered the United States illegally May 5, 2003 and was on SHE parole awaiting a deportation hearing. Today, I come before you to illuminate a troubling reality unfolding at our nation's southern border. A reality that demands our attention and calls into question the moral fabric of our society. The narrative I bring forth is not just a narrative of the past, but a pressing concern for the present and the future. Picture the scene, along the dusty stretches of the United States-Mexico border. Families seeking refuge and a better life are met with a harsh reality. Enter the border control officers, entrusted with the solemn duty to enforce our nation's immigration laws. Yet, under the directives of Alejandro Mayorkas, they are compelled to carry out orders that defy the very essence of humanity and the United States Constitution. These officers, much like Hans Weber of old Nazi Germany, find themselves at a crossroads of conscience and obedience. They are tasked with putting illegal immigrants on planes and buses without proper vetting. A mandate that runs counter to the principles of justice and compassion, ultimately endangering the lives of Americans both young and old. Despite their reservations, they choose to comply, believing themselves absolved of responsibility by the mere act of following orders. But as our narrative unfolds, we witness the harrowing consequences of their actions. Families torn apart. Molly Cecilia Tibbetts, a 20-year-old University of Iowa student, murdered by an illegal. Laken Riley, a 22-year-old student at Augusta University, was killed on February 22 while jogging on the nearby University of Georgia campus. While jogging at her school, children separated from their parents, raped and sold into sex slavery from massage parlors across the United States to private homes. Individuals subjected to untold hardships and dangers as they are transported across the country without proper vetting or oversight. The echoes of their suffering reverberate through the corridors of power. But those responsible seek to shift blame onto their superiors, claiming they were merely following orders. Yet, let us be clear, obedience does not absolve us of responsibility. Even in the face of directives from the highest authority, we are still accountable for our actions. The lessons of history, from the Nuremberg trials to countless other examples, remind us that justice knows no bounds. Those who break the law, even under the guise of following orders, will be held to account. As we grapple with the complexities of our modern world, let us not turn a blind eye to the injustices occurring at our doorstep. Let us recognize the agency we possess as individuals, the power to choose right from wrong, even in the face of pressure and adversity. The NGOs that work with the border guards are also guilty, but the buck stops with the agent who swears to uphold the Constitution of the United States. At the end of this video, we will roll just a few of the deaths and crimes these border guards are responsible for. More death and destruction that I have heard of in my lifetime. Shame on those border guards. If God does not strike them dead, an FBI agent will yank them out of their homes and lock them up for life. Just like the Nazi Hans Weber, who was only following orders. So let us stand firm in our commitment to justice, to compassion, and to the inherent dignity of every human being. Office of the District Attorney, County of Montgomery, Pennsylvania, February 7, 2024. Breitbart News, February 7, 2024. On January 27, a large group of illegal aliens viciously attacked and beat-nipped officers in the area of Times Square, New York City, near many of the hotels converted by Mayor Eric Adams into taxpayer-funded migrant shelters. The group of asylum seekers was congregating in the area in search of opportunities to commit crimes and was being disorderly. When told by the police officers to disperse, the migrants began kicking and punching them. sending them to the ground and injuring them and even stealing one officer's phone. The illegal aliens then fled the scene. After a manhunt, 6 were arrested as the NIP searched for 8 more suspects. As Fair showed in an article on the beating, the first 5 suspects who were arrested were all released without bail. This is because New York County District Attorney Alvin Bragg did not ask the judge to impose bail, even though each migrant's offense was bail eligible. One of them, Joan Boda, was caught smirking and giving the double-barreled middle finger to waiting news cameras as he was set free. The other for have apparently boarded a bus to the border town of 𝐸𝐶𝐴 after giving fake names to a non-profit providing tickets. Several of the illegal aliens were subsequently arrested in Phoenix, Arizona. Ferris.org, February 5, 2024. Fox News, February 5, 2024. On January 30, Alonzo Pierre Mingo impersonated a package delivery man to trick his way into a home in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He demanded money and then shot 3 people in the head: Shannon Patricia Jungwirth, Mario Alberto Trejo Estrada, and Jorge Alexander Reyes Jungwirth in front of 2 children under 5 who were present in the house. Police believe that drug trafficking played an important role in the case, although his exact immigration status at the time of the crime has not been published. Court records show that back in March of 2019, Mingo had been in ICE custody. He was charged with firearms or ammo possession, which illegal aliens cannot possess. He was ultimately sentenced to a 57-month prison term in November 2020 and let out on supervised release in February 2023. Alpha News on X, January 29, 2024. Fox News, January 30, 2024. IslandNews.com, January 31, 2024. On February 22, Venezuelan national Jose Ibarra allegedly attacked and beat